Hey there guys, Fave here, and man, isn't that a good video title? These are worth 1 billion Robux. And how is that the case, and why is that the case? Well, today, this is actually going to be a pretty interesting story, because this is one of the most famous items on Roblox. I know I made it black and put a question mark on it, and you probably already know what item it is. But I'm going to tell the whole story behind today's like challenge. So, coming up with a like challenge every day is not easy, and oftentimes it actually takes me like 20 to 30 seconds to think of a like challenge, and then I edit out the parts when I'm thinking, so it just seems like it comes to me naturally. But in reality, it takes me time to think of these like challenges. But today's like challenge is, if you've ever held a bottle before, smash that like button. And with that being said, let's talk about the Valkyrie Helm. Now, the Valkyrie Helm, in my opinion, is the ugliest Valk in the Valk series. Now, the Valk series is very famous, it's been very well known for years, and I started off by calling it ugly. Why is it ugly? It has the ugliest shade of blue, the red doesn't match it at all, and nobody ever matches it when they're wearing it. They just wear it to flex. But this video isn't even to hate on Valk. In fact, it's one of the most legendary, beloved items on Roblox, and people really want it. And it's been skyrocketing in value recently. I mean, look at this. It was 36,000 a couple months ago, and now it's selling for upwards of 93,000. That's kind of crazy. So why is it skyrocketing so much recently, and where did this item all begin? Well, we have to hippity hoppity into my tippity toppity time machine and let's go. So the Valkyrie Helm was originally released in January 2008, and this is the earliest known screenshot of the Valkyrie Helm from January 30th, 2008, costing 30,000 ticks and updated 5 hours ago. The description reads, "This splendid helm is a replica of ones worn by the Valkyries, a group of minor deities who serve Odin in Norse mythology. Led by Freya, they uphold justice and righteousness." So you can see the thumbnail looks a lot different than it looks today, with different rendering and different angles, but it just looks really weird here. I don't know what they were thinking with this angle. Let's take a look at some of these comments, since you could comment on hats back then. So these three people are talking about, "I need more tickets to buy this." And there's my friend from back in the day, PF2, who messaged me because apparently I mentioned him in a video, even though I don't remember doing that. But hey, if you're watching this, hi PF2. And so this guy is actually, I'm shocked. So this comment says, "I thought it was supposed to be like a face mask." Now, yes, the angle in which the hat is presented does make it look like a face mask, but this guy is talking about face masks in January 2008, 12 years before wearing a face mask in public would become required in a lot of places. So, Mr. Cyrax 1000, you are certainly ahead of your time. Now, he was definitely playing chess in the long run of society. That's why he's wearing a chessboard on his head, or checkers, I don't know. But then the rest of these people are talking about how they're broke and can't afford it, but Titan Penguin was confident with his classic fedora on, saying, "I'll get it later." So this was a pretty expensive item at the time, and there was no way to exchange Robux for ticks. So the only way you could get the ticks to purchase this is if 30,000 people played your game, or if you logged on for 3,000 days in a row. And that is a bunch of years, but Roblox had not been around for that long by then, so you needed to have a really popular game. Interestingly enough, the top of the page says Builderman for President. Would you vote for Builderman for President? Anyway, so this hat starts to pick up and get sales over time, and let's go ahead and take a look here 1 year later on my birthday in 2009. Now we have the Valkyrie Helm, and you have Roblox looking really weird with a block head. Okay, this is back when heads and faces were like the newest feature on Roblox. Now we finally get to jump ahead in history. So by the time it was March 2012, 7,000 people bought this for 30,000 ticks, and it looks like the thumbnail for Valkyrie Helm have not gotten any better. It's like Roblox didn't know how to present this thing, and as unpresentable as it was nevertheless a very popular item. With 7,000 people spending 30,000 ticks on this item, we can do some simple math and see that over 210 million ticks had been spent on it, or approximately 21 million Robux as of 2012. That's a lot of money to be spent on a Valkyrie Helm. This was a very popular item, and Fave with 1A was also a fan of the Valkyrie Helm. In fact, while the admins might have taken away every other item from his inventory, to this day, Fave with 1A still owns the Valkyrie Helm. So rest in peace, but there he is, Valkyrie Helm, sitting in his inventory. Boom boom. 7 months later, 2,000 more people bought it. The Valk is so popular. Now, interestingly enough, during the Thanksgiving or during the Black Friday sale 2012, they actually made the Valkyrie Helm a cheaper price of 21,000 ticks. And it says on sale, so pretty cool stuff. But you know, that'd be the last time you could get the Valk for as cheap as 2,000 Robux approximately. Because, as we all know, and 5 years later, and they still couldn't fix the thumbnail of the Valkyrie Helm. Like, it's still hideous. I don't know what they were thinking, but whatever. We can keep moving along here. So now here we are. On June 1st, 2013, the final number of Valkyrie Helms sold is 11,412. That's a lot of ticks. So at first, the Valkyrie Helm wasn't doing very well. So when they made it go limited, they actually fixed the thumbnail finally. And you can see it's positioned here at the angle. It looks like Valk, and it looks exactly the same as it does today. So they finally fixed the thumbnail, it looks right, but as you can see, it definitely isn't the price that it's at today. Selling for 2,000 Robux, and that is frequently the price it would sell for, and the reason for that is because it's so common. There's 11,000 of these, and everyone's competing to sell theirs, so people just want to get their money back. Nobody thought that this item would skyrocket in price in years to come. So you see it here at 2,000 Robux, and it's pretty interesting to see how this would rise up. Imagine investing in a bunch of these just to see it skyrocket over the years. So then we fast forward to about 6 months later. It's early 2014, and we can already see a slight increase in the price. I mean, 3,600 Robux, that's about 1,000 more than it was last time. But as time would progress, time would treat the Valkyrie Helm very well. Because now it's February 2015, 1 year later, and the price had doubled to 8,000 Robux. So with this upward trend, it seems like a good idea to invest in it. And you can see all these people hoarding their Valks trying to sell them for 8,000 Robux. But you know, Roblox kept evolving and the price was to keep going up. So we move ahead 1 year later, it's June 2016, and as we take a look here, the Valkyrie Helm had doubled in price again, going up to 18,000 Robux by mid-2016. How much further could the Valkyrie Helm go up in price? Well, as history continues to treat the Valk just perfectly, we can go ahead and see. So we fast forward 1 year later, it's September 2017, and the price had doubled yet again to 43,000 Robux. That is a lot of Robux, and it also happens to be one of the most favorited hats on Roblox, with 396,000 favorites at this time. Now, because then we get to late 2018, right? 1 year later, and this ugly hat's around the same price. So, did it flatline at this point? Well, for a while, it was pretty much the same price, worth 95,000 in trading value and sold for around this price. But very recently, it seems to have taken off, with you needing 100,000 Robux to buy it, right? And if we take a look at its trading value, it's worth 130,000 Robux. The value of it skyrocketing in recent memory, as you can see it flatlining in years before. So why is this happening? Well, with people staying inside due to circumstances of this looking like a face mask, there's a lot more people on Roblox finding out about these items, buying a bunch of Robux, trading for it, and therefore more demand, a lot of supply, and the price is blowing up. Now, why does the title say 1 billion Robux? Well, it's pretty simple. There was 11,412 of these sold, and if it's worth 130,000 Robux now, that means that 1.4 billion Robux worth of Valkyrie Helms exists. Now, of course, a lot of these are banned forever, and even if you limit it down to the people with public inventories, there is still 930 million Robux worth of Valks just sitting in public inventories, not including people that have their inventories turned off, and that's close enough to 1 billion. Either way, there is 1 billion Robux worth of Valkyrie Helms out here, and I just don't get it. It's so ugly. But you know, it's the Valk, it's raising, it has amazing demand, and there's been plenty of spin-off Valks. I mean, you have the Black Valk worth 1.6 million Robux, very expensive. You have the ridiculously overpriced Violet Valk, which you should never buy, you'll never get your money back. You have my beloved Emerald Valkyrie, which is worth 900,000 Robux as of right now, but should be worth a lot more. Of course, you have the Red Valk, which I got. Oh my god! Oh! Let's go! And, you know, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. The history of the Valkyrie Helm, 1 billion Robux, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you smash that like button, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, and hit the bell to Fave and Fave 2. Join my Discord server, Discord.gg/Fave, join my fan club on Roblox. Do you want a Valk? I don't know, what's your opinion? I know I think it's ugly, but not everyone does. Make sure you know it's your boy Fave, and I am out.